you might be getting ready to pack up and move your things to Colorado. So if that's you, I definitely want you to stay tuned, because I'm gonna give you 5 reasons why Aurora might want to be your destination where you headed to. This is a great city, great place. I'm gonna give you 5 reasons why you should move to Aurora, and I might give you a bonus at the end, so stay tuned to the end. And I'm Ryan King with Keller Williams Integrity down in Cherry Creek, Colorado. And if you guys enjoyed the videos on the Denver greater area, as well as the real estate tips and tricks, please follow me on all social media accounts, Ryan King Real Estate. And you might be moving into the area. And if you are, utilize the number below. Give me a call. Let me help you guys out with that. Reason number 1 why you probably want to move to Aurora, Colorado. This is an active city. Just like the whole state of Colorado is known for its outdoor activities. Here in Aurora, there are many parks, over 100 parks throughout the city. There are over 5,000 acres of open space that encourage their residents to have an active and healthy lifestyle. Being outdoors is a big part of living here in this city. And if you don't believe me that everybody in this city, or well, most everyone in this city, is for the outdoors, take a drive early in Saturday morning, Sunday morning. You see a lot of bikes out. When I used to jump in my car and head to the gym 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning, one of the things I will always see is people riding their bikes, people walking their dogs, people enjoying the outside, taking in the fresh air. And as someone that's, heading to the gym or just out riding early in the morning, you see a bunch of people riding through the city on their bikes. It kind of encourage you to have a healthier lifestyle, better lifestyle, make you want to kind of explore and kind of see exactly what encouraging them to go out and do this, or why they love it so much, and I'm in the future, I plan on buying myself a bike, me and my fiance, and kind of trying the biking thing out. Nice weather brings a lot of people out. So along with biking and walking your dog, you also see a lot of people out jogging, running, of course, but you also have areas where you can kayak, sail, and windsurf as well. So if water activities is your thing, you have that here as well, not just the land activities. So when I say outdoor activity, I mean outdoor activities, anything you can think of. You're not limited just to, on land, but you got the water activities as well. And for you guys that don't know, Colorado is known for being one of the healthiest states, low obesity rate. You got to think this is a big factor. Why? Because the residents are out. They love outdoor activities. They get exercise in. It's not just about going to the gym, but you can burn calories from walking and jogging outside, biking and kayaking, sailing. So all these activities encourage a healthier lifestyle. So this is why you see Colorado being one of the healthiest states in the U.S. The second thing we're going to get into is the weather. So as you guys know, I mentioned plenty of times, here in northern Colorado, 300 days out the year, you get sunshine. We do get the snow, but just because it's sunshine 300 days out the year, that doesn't mean we don't get all 4 seasons. So you will see all 4 seasons here in Aurora. So during the winter, you averaging probably about 45 degrees, throughout the winter. And then in the summer, you're looking between 82 to 89 degrees. So it don't get extremely hot. It don't get extremely cold. So a lot of people got this mindset, or they think that Colorado is just this extremely cold place. Yes, it get cold at sometimes. Sometimes it can be below 0, but a lot of times it's not to the point where you can't function, or it's extremely cold. When it's snow, yes, it's gonna bring the temperature down. It get hot during the summer, but it's not extremely hot. It's not a Sacramento, California. It's not a Texas. It's not, it's not a Las Vegas, Nevada. So it's not in these 100+ degree areas or places or cities. So it's very doable when the heat comes around. So we get all 4 seasons, but all seasons are very doable. The winters are not too cold, summers are not too hot. Here it is in May, we did get a little bit of snow. So it do snow a little bit in May, but it's not a blizzard. It's not something you can't handle. The snow melts right away. So the weather here in this city is nice. It's very doable. It's tolerable. It's not too extreme on either side. So the weather kind of ties into the one reason why you should move to Aurora, Colorado. The outdoors activities. If we have bad weather, you kind of can't do those outdoor activities. So since the weather's not bad here, and year round is pretty good. You know, you're able to get out and explore and have fun and, you know, enjoy the weather. So the weather plays a big part in being able to do outdoor activities, which then plays a big part in having a healthy, you know, having a healthy lifestyle, living in a healthy state. There are some parts of the U.S. where you can't even go outside during parts of the year because it's ugly outside, or maybe it's too hot. You know, when I was living in Sacramento, sometimes it was too hot. You didn't want to go outside. You didn't want to, you know, be out there and kind of explore because it was too much. You need to be in an air conditioned space. So having great weather is extremely helpful, beneficial, and like I said, it promotes a healthier lifestyle. So the third thing I want to talk about is the diversity. If you've ever been to Colorado, first thing you kind of know is Colorado is not one of the most diverse states. But here in Aurora, you'll see more of a diversity. So if that's something that's important to you, you definitely want to check the city out, because this is where you're gonna find, you know, your Mexican meat markets, you know, your Asian market. So this is more where different cultures reside and collide. You know, so if you're moving here and you're kind of used to being around other cultures, this is a place you got to have on your list and check out. This is kind of one of the few cities that actually have different cultures within one city limit. When I'm looking for certain items that's, you know, heavily into another culture, mostly if I'm need to go visit a store, this is the city where I'm going. This is where most likely that store is located. I love diverse areas. You know, I love learning about other cultures, being around other cultures, and you know, seeing different people. That's how I was raised and grew up, so that's what I'm used to. So I love going into Aurora and just kind of exploring and seeing, you know, different cultures and being amongst different people. And you can always tell the difference, you know, as you enter Aurora, you know that it's kind of more diverse just by looking around and seeing different things. You know, so that's how you can always tell if you kind of entering into the Aurora as well, because it is more diverse, which is kind of crazy because the way Aurora is kind of laid out, it's kind of spread out amongst other cities. It's close to Parker, you know, close to Denver, close to Centennial. So you got all these other cities where it's not as much as diverse as Aurora, but Aurora's diverse, but the other cities are close to each other. So it's kind of weird how it's laid out and how, you know, diversity just stays kind of in the city limits for the most part. When you have different cultures in one area, you will have that area offers more things, more opportunity, more, you know, things for you to try. You know, so usually when you see an area where it's diverse and have more different cultures, that's usually a place where they kind of have better food options, because now you have options from this culture, options from this culture, options from that culture, you know, and then you might have someone that might blend some cultures together and create something. So living amongst other people create better opportunities, in my opinion, and create a more balanced and well-being lifestyle. Living in an area where it's just dominated by one group, you know, you just kind of adapt to that one group. You kind of just learn about that culture, and that's kind of be stuck on that culture. And, you know, you're not open-minded to other things and learning more things. You kind of just stuck to this one culture. So this is an area that's diverse and enriched with other cultures. Fourth thing I want to kind of discuss is retail. This is a place, this is a city where it have its abundance of retail areas. You have the Aurora Mall, you have Southland Mall, you have a bunch of strip malls throughout the city. You have your Costco, Sam's Club, Walmart, you know, your big companies, but it's a lot of places where you can shop at. You know, in Southland have just about any store you can think of, and kind of piggyback off diversity. Living in a diverse city kind of leads to having different areas or different places where you can shop. Like I said, if I need to go to Mexican meat market, I'm heading to Aurora. You know, I've been to the Asian market a few times, you know, it's in Aurora. So this is where I'm going, you know, to go shop as far as anything retail, you know, food wise. So you will find yourself heading to this city to purchase many different things. If you're looking for a good place to get a bite to eat, you might be heading this way, or you might be heading into Aurora. In today's area, you see a lot of people kind of trying to buy local and, you know, preaching that. So here, you got a lot of mom and pop shops here. So you can support the locals and, you know, stay buying local here, because there's some many places, many small little restaurants, many shops, you know, many mom and pop shops that you can support and check out. And you also have your different entertainment spaces, you know, movie theaters, skater rinks. So you have all these places that you can visit, you know, these retail spaces that you can check out. The fifth thing I want to talk about is the hospitals. Aurora, Colorado is known for their hospitals. They have terrific hospitals. Children's Hospital Colorado is located here, and it is known as one of the best pediatric medical centers in the U.S. University of Colorado Hospital was named one of the top 50 hospitals in the U.S. by U.S. News and World Report. By living here in the city limits, you have access to high quality medical care. That is very important in today's world, definitely living in the U.S. Medical bills are extremely high. You pay a lot of money for your medical. So if I'm gonna be paying all this money for medical, I'd rather be getting the high quality medical attention and care. There are many people losing just about anything dealing with their medical bills and still not getting the proper care or seeing the results they were supposed to see. So if I have a risk of losing everything to my medical bills, I want to make sure at least I'm healthy. At least I got everything taken care of that was supposed to be taken care of. So here, living in this city in Aurora, Colorado, that's an option. That's something that you will be getting taken care of, is your medical, your health. As I mentioned prior in this video, Colorado is known as one of the healthiest states. So you got to take into account having some of the best hospitals. They have to take part into why the state is healthy as well. So I'm not giving you just 5 reasons why you should move to Aurora, Colorado. You know, these are 5 reasons, but they all tie into each other and make sense. It's kind of reaction off of reaction, you know, healthier lifestyle. As you get older, or if you have a sick child, you want to have access to the best hospitals. You want to be around where you can get the best care. This is important. You're saving lives, you know. And getting the wrong medical attention can be the deciding factor, you know, if you live or you don't. So this is something that's very important, something you should definitely consider when deciding, okay, where should I move? Where should I relocate? You know, do I need to be near some of the best medical facilities that the U.S. has to offer? All right, and for the bonus, I just kind of want to discuss some things, throw some things out there that might stick with you and get your head, you know, rolling and get your mind thinking about relocating to Aurora, Colorado. You know, a place that you got to put on your list. One of the things that I mentioned in this video is how spread out the city is. The way you live or who you live by might be different than, you know, in the southern part of the city. So I think that's a plus. So depending on your lifestyle, you can pick and choose what part of the city you want to live in. You kind of have that freedom of, okay, I like to live this way, so hey, let me live this part of the city. You know, so it's not this one city that's the same throughout. If you're in the southern part of the city, you're close to the Parker, you know. So, and for you guys that don't know, the Denver airport is basically, it's in Aurora. That's, you want to be truthfully honest, it's, you know, it's right next to Aurora. So if you live in that part of the town, you're closest to the airport. That might be great if you're flying in and out. If your job requires you to travel, or you like to just travel on your own, or maybe you have a lot of relatives that like to come in and visit. So for someone that's not a native here, I have my family out in other states that will come and visit. Another thing is, this is a sports town. Actually, at one point was named Colorado Best Sports City. You know, here in Colorado, you have just about every major sport: basketball, football, baseball, hockey. So, you know, the whole state of Colorado roots for these same sports. But here in Aurora, they've been known for organizing, you know, events and things, you know, to represent these sports, or even their little leagues, you know, youth sports. You see a good supportive youth sports here as well. You see different regional and national tournaments held for different sports held here in the city. So if sports is a big part of your life, or maybe it's a big part of your children's life, this is a place you gotta consider. If golf is part of your life, check out Aurora. You know, they're known for having some great golf tournaments or some great golf courses. So all my golf players, check out the city. And all my beer lovers, if you love to check out local breweries, they are known for having a bunch of local breweries to check out. Like you always say, I don't drink alcohol, so I can't give you guys too much information on it and how they are and all that, but you know, definitely check them out. They definitely are known for their beer here in Aurora, Colorado. And a lot of these places make homegrown Colorado beer here in the city limits. If you love art, so we are seeing a great support, an increase in support of local artists, art galleries. There are many classes being offered to young artists. So if you're into art, you know, or you are artists, check it out. There you have it. 5 reasons why you should move to Aurora, Colorado. And I gave you some bonuses at the end. Some extra reasons why. If you guys have any questions in regard to real estate, please utilize the number below. Once again, I'm Ryan King with Keller Williams Integrity down in Cherry Creek, Colorado.